tibia, here's the end of the femur, and there's hyaline cartilage, on both of the ends of these bones. Well, if something happens to the, in here they're just calling them intercapsular ligaments, really what they're talking about are the anterior, posterior cruciate ligaments. If something happens in here where the knee is damaged and we can't correct this surgically, you could get, and this happens in the shoulder joint sometimes, you get the cartilage rubbing on cartilage. Well, after a while, it just wears out. And then you get bone rubbing on bone, and that's arthritis, and that's no fun at all. I think, I'll have to ask Tolley, I think our male cadaver, they did some work on the knee, and when they sort of freed up the patella, you could see on the back of the patella, obviously where the back side of the patella had been rubbing against, probably the femur, given where the patella is. And, I would assume that in life, this person, he's a man, he's an older man when he died, probably did have some, maybe he was taking a lead, for that sort of stuff.
With arthritis, I heard it was like inflammation.
Yes.
So like, what gets inflamed so it's bone on bone?
Well, the tissue gets inflamed. When the bone rubs on bone, what happens is it sets up like a secondary reaction in the body where the body sends stuff to the site of the injury thinking that it can help out, and it gets inflamed and stuff like that. So anytime you have like a sports-related injury or something like that, and you're not a professional athlete, just a weekend away or something like that, and you go to your doctor and you go, oh man, my knees are really sore, blah, 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 what have you been doing? Well, I've been training for a marathon, I've been running, 70, 80 miles a week, and boy, I'm really starting to hurt, they're probably going to look at you and go, you know what? Give me the magic pill, doc, what can you do for me? They used to say, rest, don't run so many miles, and for these hardcore people, like world-class marathoners telling them not to run so many miles is like saying, just like don't get paid, right? I had a good friend I used to train with years ago, and she was actually, she wasn't a world-class marathoner. She wasn't Ethiopian or Kenyan, but she had sponsorship from Nike, but she was really more of an amateur, but a pretty damn good runner. And I was good friends with her and her boyfriend, and she actually worked in Houston, but came home every weekend to San Diego because her employer had this job for, anyway, whatever. And so I used to talk to him every Friday, and she'd get home, and I'd call up Steve and his girlfriend, Charlotte, and they'd say, so, everybody called her Missy, I don't know why, but anyway, they were called Charlotte and Missy. So I talked to